Welcome to Slash-A-Thon. Welcome back to Slash-A-Thon! MegaNerd Squad here, and we are continuing our Slash-A-Thon reviews. Today we have the newest
reboot.
The reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street.
They changed a lot about Freddy. Like, he doesn't have his jokes that he does make throughout the franchise. And they actually tried to set for a darker tone Freddy, which I did like because I do like darker tone movies. It's just interesting to me. But he's not Robert Englund, so you don't get the same Freddy that you love. I think that the darker tone was actually pretty cool to do because it kind of scared me a little bit the first time I watched it. And it creeped me out a little more than any of those Friday movies.
I'd have to agree with everything you just said. This movie is, it's totally different style and speed and almost a different genre if you think about it. It's still horror, but they actually try to make it more actually scary. I like that, but when you think of it as a Nightmare on Elm Street edition, it doesn't really work. I understand it's a reboot, so they were trying to do something a little bit different, and I think it's fine that they did that because you didn't even have Robert Englund as Freddy because, you know, he doesn't want to be Freddy anymore. So we still appreciate them giving us a Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, edition, but I never really liked this one. We just rewatched it. I liked certain things about it for sure. I think his name's Earle Haley is the guy that got to play Freddy for the reboot. I like him and I think he did a good job. He had tremendously big shoes to fill. And he did a good job. It's just he's not Freddy, obviously. So this is a Freddy movie without Freddy.
And they kind of wrote him to where he's not really Freddy. So I don't know if it's the actor playing him or just the writing of the script. Or
that's the other thing. If you know him from Watchmen, he plays a character in that who's this masked guy, kind of like a film noir type guy with the outfit and everything. But he sounds exactly the same as he does in Watchmen as he does in this movie. And I think that's why I just could not get over it the whole time. When I originally saw this movie, I'm like, he's doing Rucksack or whatever that character was that he played in Watchmen. And I was just like, eh. They did a good job trying to make this movie scary. They even started out with
a diner scene where this kid just falling asleep and he just sees Freddy.
It's a great kill.
Appearance of Freddy.
I like the kill.
He literally forces him to
grabs a knife and
and
then he tears it across.
Cool.
You get to see
but
it.
How does Freddy know that the knife was there if he kills him in his dream?
Oh, he knows everything.
Okay, but he made him. It's not unlike some of the other kills because he actually makes him grab a knife in the real world and slit his own throat, so make the other people think that he killed himself.
Yeah. Which is just one of the things they did to make this one a little bit more on the edgy, scary side, more realistic, kind of.
And he cuts pretty goddamn deep. He literally takes the knife and so deep, like halfway through his neck.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I will say it's just like the original, how it starts with a character who's not the main character, who you think might be, and then boom, they're dead.
Yeah.
And then I think it moves on to another character, and then they're dead.
Yeah.
So
then it moves on to the main two.
Yeah, they still kept the essence of the first one. You know, with that kind of misdirection.
I did like some of the characters in this movie. Like with Dean and what's the other girl's name? I don't remember.
I didn't remember.
But that girl is played by Katie Cassidy. I know her from Arrow. She's in Arrow, a TV show I watch. It's kind of interesting because Daniel Pavin Baker was in the reboot of Friday, Flash, and then this one, Arrow. The main two throughout most of the movie that don't really die, they kind of look tired and sad, but like towards the end of the movie you understand why they're tired and sad because they're trying not to fall asleep. But it's like that at the beginning of the movie too. They just look like these depressed characters.
And maybe it's the trauma of, in this one, they are the victims of Freddy Krueger, which is something I think they changed from the original to the remake. Is that the main characters in this were the actual victims of Freddy Krueger.
And also they made Freddy a pedophile in this movie. And they didn't mention it in the regular franchise.
He's a child murderer. She said a nasty child murderer. And I saw the documentary thing on it, and it was always intended for his character, but they didn't actually do it in the original one. It's only brought up or hinted at or mentioned in the sequels. It's not in the original one. It is in the reboot.
And it just makes this Freddy that's in a reboot a little even more disturbing than what he already is. Because this Freddy was more dark, more scary than anything. Kind of helped the character a little bit because the dark tone works for some people.
Yeah. I don't know, for me it's not with the other Nightmare on Elm Streets. For a Freddy Krueger movie, number one, you need Robert Englund. If he says he doesn't want to do it, no matter what money you're trying to throw at him, I understand. The character's just, he's gone. But we have all those other ancient relics of him portraying Freddy in them, which are great. They need to just start creating new original slashers, honestly. I get it's an 80s thing, but...
reference the slashing on our channel. I'll leave the link below.
Let's create new original slashers. You need a mask, not always, a weapon, and you need people...
A reason why he's...
A reason why. Not necessarily even a reason why, it's just a backstory. That's what I want. And this, I think, had the potential, had they just said, let's not do a Nightmare on Elm Street reboot because we can't get Robert to do it. Let's just try to create something original. Whoa, you ever think of that?
Dude, there's so many reboots, and if you guys did see, we just watched the Doolittle trailer, but that's I know it's a reimagination, but it's kind of the same. You're bringing something from the past. Yeah. It's not original at all. Just make something new. It's not that hard. Hire some new people. Hire some creative people if you can't create anything in your mind.
Yeah. And I love sequels and remakes and all that stuff. I love it. But I think it's really become something now to where it's almost all that we have. It's just almost always a reboot or a sequel. There's nothing original. Not really in a horror franchise that I can think of. In the horror genre and the science fiction genre, there's not really too many original. And I understand, but...
I understand the slasher
as far as feature
remakes.
Films go.
I understand the slasher remakes a little bit.
I want original slashers. Come on.
Yeah, that would also help, but...
Blumhouse, hear me out.
Blumhouse.
Start a whole new franchise. You can keep your paranormal stuff going that you got, but do slashers.
By the way, I would
crack.
love to be a slasher. Okay, just saying.
Okay.
I mean,
you want to say
acting as a slasher in a movie.
You want to portray a slasher?
Yes.
In a movie? Okay.
Yes.
That's different.
My lifelong dream. Or second lifelong dream, whatever. Overall, this movie is alright in a sense. I do really like the dark tone. That's really why I like this movie, The Dark Freddy. So I'm going to give this movie a 6.5 out of 10. The characters were decent. Definitely
a different style. I appreciate them trying something new, keeping tones of the original in this remake. I'm still not crazy about this one, but it's not a bad movie. Especially if you don't know the other ones, I would recommend it. But if it's a remake of great ones, it's a 6.5 for me as well.
Well, there you have it, guys. Let us know what you guys think about this movie. Let us know in the comment section below. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. And we'll see you guys in the next one. MegaNerd Squad, out!
Welcome to MegaNerd Squad, bitch!